So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop. Prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No! You can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. You might have heard that live shopping is exploding. And I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. What's happening? Happy Friday. Good to have you here. Blowing through a summertime of Fridays, where if you can, make every single day a Friday. That'd be awesome, wouldn't it? What do you do on Friday? Well, I take Friday off. Oh, gosh. Every single day? That's awesome. It's possible. So today we're talking side hustle. A lot of folks are looking to make some extra money. One of the greatest ways for you to start the full-time hustle, passive, active, whatever it happens to be, is to start a side hustle. We'll chat about that a little bit. It's not about what you're going to do or how you're going to do it, but the mindset it takes to get there and how to begin to solve those problems that are make it possible for you. Really, it's the secret to making this happen. It's easy. It's the Daily Boost from motivationtomove.com, the positive boost you every single day because life gets in the way and we don't allow it to happen. Well, okay, that's a lie. I hate to start the show lying, but it's just the truth. I could say we don't let life get in the way. Well, that's way above my pay grade and yours too. It really, truly is. Sometimes life gets in the way just because, stuff happens. So we can't do anything about that. So if you can't do anything about something, what do? Just recognize you can't do anything about it and then make a plan. So our plan is, okay, when we keep going every single day. When life gets in the way, we just say, nope, that's it. We're going to figure it a way, stand up, take a step, repeat, and figure out how to get out, over, under, around it. If possible, blow it up and go right through it. Oh, God, come here. A super secret way of doing this. I have not talked about this for a very long time. You can blow it up, meaning just metaphorically blast a hole through whatever's stopping you. Who cares what anybody else says? Go through it. Or you can go dark. Sometimes when life gets in the way, it's because somebody is causing things to happen that maybe don't really have an impact on you, and yet they're causing it. And what do? You start responding on social media or making phone calls, getting mad and stomping about and everything else. Don't do that. Just go dark. Just go dark. Sometimes doing nothing fixes everything. And what do those people do that are causing trouble in your life when you don't respond to them? They go cause trouble in somebody else's life, and that's okay. Somebody needs a lesson. They're going to get it. It's Friday. On Friday, I always ask you to ask yourself this question. You can do it right after the podcast. You can think about it while I'm doing this right now, but wait afterwards and maybe spend 60 seconds and just ask yourself this question. How do I want to feel? Now, you can ask it every day if you want to. In fact, if you have a bad day going at work or a bad day at home, just say, well, how do I want to feel? And if you're a regular person and not in a really bad grumpy mood, you're going to say, well, I want to feel good. I want to feel healthy. I want to feel prosperous. Some of you will say, I want to feel grumpy. I'm in a bad mood. Leave me alone. That's okay. It happens, but you'll get over it. How do I want to feel allows you to choose who you want to be and how you want to feel. And ultimately, the control over your emotions and the ability to stay positive and a positive nature all the time and avoid the negative, you choose how you respond to the world, is all about not hiding your emotions, but understanding how they work and being in control of them. So essentially what I'm asking you to do today is take a little control of your emotions by asking, how do I want to feel? If you don't like how you're feeling, change it. If you love it, keep it. Can't do anything with that. I don't know what to tell you, but come back next week. We'll ask you again. How's that? So side hustles.
This is going to be an extremely busy month. I have to watch 104 soccer games, follow the pregame, the postgame, yell useless opinions at the TV. It's a lot. So I knew that when it comes to screening for colon cancer, the choice was clear. The Cologuard Plus test. It can be used at home and can only take 15 minutes, so I can do it during halftime and not miss any action. If you are 45 or older and at average risk, ask your healthcare provider about screening for colon cancer with the Cologuard test. You can also request a prescription at Cologuard.com.
How to start a side hustle. Now, for a lot of years, it was the weirdest things. I don't pay a lot of attention to what people call things because what I find is that people call stuff different stuff all the time, and generationally things happen, and it's like the gig economy, stuff like that. I got it fundamentally, but I did that most of my life, but I never really thought about it. So a side hustle comes around, and one day I had a friend on the phone. He was a client, actually, and he said, yeah, I got this side hustle going. Well, we had been working on a business for the longest time with him. And I said, what's a side hustle? He goes, you mean, what is it? What am I doing? I said, no, actually, what is a side? He said, well, I guess it's like a part-time job. Oh, okay, I get it. It's just a thing off on the side. But what's neat about it, so I didn't care because I didn't care about the wording. I just cared about what he was doing. Is that it's something that's happened forever. People do it all the time. It's not a big deal. The gig economy hasn't changed anything except it's made it easier to do it because now you got the internet and all that kind of fun stuff. There is no reason for you not to have a very, very profitable side something out there these days if you want to do it. I talk to people all the time. They get excited. They know they're close to what they want, but they can't quite figure out how to do it. So that's what I'm going to talk about today a little bit about how you can begin to make this happen, because it's not the idea that you want to do a side hustle. I want to talk about side hustle. I'm not talking about getting out there and driving for Uber and things like that. I guess technically that's what it would be. I am talking potentially creating something and putting it on Etsy, a great marketplace, and making some money. Talked to a Boost coaching client yesterday, and she was doing just that, leaving a full-time job, and showed me what she was going to do on Etsy. And we're like, wow, this is amazing. What a great, it's not even a side hustle. It's going to be a full-time deal with no trouble at all. But there is a mindset, because that young lady, Nikki was her name, she was suffering the mindset of coming out of something full-time, coming out of toxic environments, not knowing what to do, but had decided she got to do something. And she had this little germ of an idea that maybe I can make this work for myself. So let's start with this couple of mindsets for you. Number one, anything you want in this world is owned or controlled by somebody else. Right now, Zig Ziglar said that a lot of years ago. That's a fear, Scott. Everything shouldn't be owned by somebody. Well, it is. You're not the first. This world's been around a long time. People have been buying and trading way before you got here. So I'm sorry you missed that opportunity, okay? It's just the way it is. But that's okay, because you can jump in it too. Anything right now in this world is owned or controlled by somebody else. They got property, they got money, they got time, they got whatever. They got food. It doesn't matter. If somebody has it, if they have it and you need it, well, you're going to have to talk, right? So understand that. If you're going to do a side hustle and make sales, you have something that you own. You have a valuable thing, and somebody's going to want that. So they're in the same spot as you. They're like, wait a second, I need this thing. And he's got, darn it, he's going to make me pay for it, isn't he? Wait a second, that's a business idea. If you want their help and they want your help, y'all have to get each other's attention. I cannot tell you how many people step in a side hustle and get in the vacuum, got a great idea, and yet nobody knows they're doing it. There are 4 million podcasts in the world. We're ranked, I think, 403. Of all the podcasts in the world, there are 4 million. We're like 400. It's crazy. Top 20 in self-help in America, depending on the week. 4 million podcasts with an average download of 141 downloads per podcast. That's why there's so much stuff that fades away out there. People have put their heart and soul into it, yet nobody knows they exist. Yeah, sometimes I can get your attention. You're like, shut up, Scott. Just give me this stuff. Yeah, but I got your attention, didn't I? And you know I exist and you show up. Podcast grows every single week. It's awesome. So it always comes down to three things if you're trying to build a side hustle beyond the two I just told you. Anything you want in this world currently owned or controlled by somebody else. And if you want their help, you're going to have to get their attention somehow, some way, and it's going to have to make sense. And this is how you do it in this order. Everybody has a problem. So today, this podcast geared at people who may be having a problem getting their side hustle going. We're a little bit general interest on this show because we cover a lot of different people. But if you're thinking about this side hustle, making some part-time money, you might have some issues. So it's geared to you and talking about the problem they are having. Everybody you want to sell something to has a problem. No, it may not relate to you at all. It doesn't really matter. But if you can help them solve their problem, you will get their attention as long as you wave your hands and say, hey, we did a Boost coaching call last week, and it became about outwitting the devil, the 7 principles about living the devil, the Napoleon Hill stuff, talking about definiteness of purpose. I can help people solve that problem. I let them know about it. They showed up. So you have a problem that you can solve for somebody else. So everybody has a problem. That's number one. Number two, what's your solution? How do you fix it? How can you? How can you help them? How can you make this easy? How can you get them excited so they say, yeah, my God, I'm glad I found you. The big example I give all the time is I live in the Daytona Beach, Port Orange area here. Summertime is here, and I promise you sometime this summer my air conditioning is going to go out, and there's only one person I want to talk to. And that is a guy that can get here within a half an hour and fix my air conditioning. I'm going to have a big, hot, sweaty, icky, sticky problem inside of about 3 hours, and if he doesn't get here fast, I'm not going to like myself. Problem, solution. And what's your offer? What must you do to get the business? It's really that simple. In the air conditioning situation, it doesn't really matter. If it's a 95-degree day and it's hot, you can charge me whatever you want to. It's a very valuable offer. But if it's in the middle of some wintertime and it's not so hot, you can't quite charge me so much, can you? See how that works? It's really simple. So let me go back on this for those of you who didn't get this very simple stuff. And you can learn this from almost anybody, but this is the basics of everything. Doesn't matter what you're going to do. And even if you're not in a side hustle and you're dealing with your kids and your husband and your school teachers and all these people you deal with every single day, it always comes down to 3 things. Always. Somebody has a problem. They need a solution. You recognize the problem. Maybe you've learned how to fix it. You have a solution and you let them know you can do that. And when they say, keep talking, you say, well, let me tell you how we can get together and I can solve this for you. And boom. Another person's problem becomes your side hustle. It's a win. It's a win. It's a win. It works nonstop. And once you wrap your head around that in service to help people that they need you, you do really well. Remember my first coaching calls years ago, somebody called me up one day. Hey, do you do coaching? I said, yeah, I think so. I didn't get into this business to do coaching. I now have almost 20 years experience doing it, but I didn't start doing that. I just said, yeah, I think I can help. What's going on? And as I got into high ticket coaching, I raised my prices substantially by the thousands of dollars. I just said, well, that sounds like a problem I could fix, but it's also a pretty particular problem. And I'm going to have to work really hard to do that, but I can help you. And they said, tell me more. I did. Business grew. Simple stuff. All right, we'll talk more about that later on a separate call, not on this call, though. All right, have a great weekend. In the meantime, go to dailyboostpodcast.com/Facebook and join me over there. And I'm available to you all the time there. And if you're not a Daily Boost Premium member, not getting the commercial-free version of this show and all the other stuff we do, just go to dailyboostpremium.com, check out what we offer, and come on board if you'd like to. Have a great weekend. I'll see you Monday.